also got one film this week, and I think it was a good one. And how good, that's going to depend on what kind of film watcher you are. If you're like me and Bob, you're probably going to think it's good, and I'm going to explain this thing. So this film is called Clean. It first premiered in 2021 at a film festival, but the official release is January 28th for the United States. It's actually playing in some theaters around here.
Really?
I wish I got it to the theater to see it, but I bought it straight on Vudu after watching the trailer. And I didn't even care. I just went blindly, and the reviews were pretty decent that I saw on it, and it looked like something that I would be interested in. And I also like Adrien Brody in these kind of hardened criminal roles. It's crazy. It seems like it wouldn't be believable because Adrien Brody, but he's very convincing in this kind of work. But the film is about a tormented rubbish man named Clean who tries to live a quiet life of redemption, but when his good intentions make him the target of a local crime boss, he must soon reconcile with the violence of his past. The starring Adrien Brody is Clean. It's also got Richie Merritt, a.k.a. White Boy Rick.
Yeah.
Chandler DuPont. I haven't seen her in anything. We also get Glenn Fleshler, who plays White Boy Rick's dad. He's the main gangster guy. We also get RZA as a pawn shop owner. And another notable, Mykelti Williamson, a.k.a. Bubba Shrimp Company.
Bubba Shrimp,
yeah. And it's a solid cast. Not really much bigger than that. Everyone else is, made side characters and such. But I thought this thing was pretty good for what it was, man. It's a crime genre film. It's the guy with a past kind of film who gets somehow pulled into his evil ways, man. But it's pretty well done, man. Like it's entertaining enough. I mean, if you want to be a dick and just pick this thing apart, you probably could. But for what it does, I thought it had a lot of heart. And the story, the plot's not very, it's nothing we haven't seen before. But I thought it's told with a lot of care. And like this thing is low budget, but they stretched it to the max. The performances for the most part were pretty good. And by the end, I was satisfied with it, dude. Like it's one of those things. It's like, I don't think this thing will show up on any awards list or break any walls, but for like a Saturday afternoon or a late night, throwing it on, and you'll be all right. You're going to have a good time with it and have some time to reflect, on what's presented to you.
Absolutely. And then, like, not for nothing, like Brody, what he brought to the table, like his acting and his portrayal of the character, it was very convincing. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't pull no punches. And one thing that I really liked is that like you get this like Brody doing his like Batman Dark Knight narrative voice.
Yeah,
like that was, but it translated well, you know what I mean? And, for me personally, like something that really stood out was the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? Like they set this area up, like it feels like more than just like a bad neighborhood, or
it feels like the depression is around the country and even this area. Even it feels like a really like I guess the best like it felt like it would be like it's modern because they have cell phones, but it feels like late 80s Detroit. After the automobile started drying up, like where the bad stuff happened, where RoboCop, where he got shot up at.
Yeah,
like, it feels like that kind of area where where Murphy got gunned down at, like one of them type of areas.
And they cover their bases with like a multitude of bad elements. Like it's not just like hoods or people committing crime. You got the mob element. You got various different
the cricket police
vibes. Yeah,
and speaking of the atmosphere, like the music. So I didn't find out till later. Adrien Brody does the film score in this.
Yeah,
and like because that clip that I sent you, he said he'd been working on music for years. And this just presented an opportunity for him to try, and I think he does a good job. Like some of the music sounds a little hip hopish. Some of it sounds jazzy. There's some shit sounds like orchestra. Like this thing. Like I'm surprised, man, and it adds a lot to the atmosphere.
It really does. I looked into that as well, and it said like as I was looking through the the score and stuff, it was like produced by Brody Beats. Brody Beats,
he might. Somebody y'all need some beats, man. Hit him up, my man.
And then Not for nothing. I love the song, the intro song that they played. That is pain music at its finest. I was trying to like search it up. I couldn't find it.
Yeah, I was looking just now before you got here on Spotify to see if they put out like a soundtrack or a score. Yeah, I'm looking for that.
Yeah, man. I'm with that. Yo, man, the intro song. My girl is singing her heart out.
Yeah.
It's very, very heartfelt. It's just pain music at its finest, man. And
also, I do want to point out, this film is directed by Paul Solet, and I looked up, and Paul Solet actually directed Bullethead, which is another Brody starring, same kind of character, well, different, but still that criminal crime guy, and like the same thing he did in American Heist. But
American Heist, yeah.
But it makes sense now. Bullethead, like for them to be the same director, so there's a working relationship. Bullethead, if you haven't seen it, see that thing, man. It's a great.
It's great.
A great film. Bro.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It'll take you down some avenues you might not expect.
Yeah, I mean, if I want to really nitpick this film, I'll probably, maybe if I'm going to have to stick a rating on it, maybe 3.25 to 3.5, but I enjoyed it for what it brought to me. I didn't feel bored. The characters were rich enough. The atmosphere, the setting, like this thing, it's stuck in my head. Sometimes I see stuff like this, and it's in one ear and right out the other. But there's certain things that I've seen in this movie that are going to stick with me for a long time, and maybe keep me going back to it.
It had enough of a heartbeat and a pulse that everything that was happening throughout the film, it had, you felt it a little bit, like, what I'm saying, like Brody's anguish and his search for redemption that he's looking for, throughout this film. We can sense that as a viewer, and then also,
but without showing us everything, there are some flashbacks, but without giving us all the detail, the other things, like you see that he's going to support meetings, and in those things, so it's like his torment is there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's there without beating you in the head.
You can tell he's a broken soul. And another person who stood out to me, not for nothing, was Glenn Fleshler. Like, as our, like, I guess he would be like the big bad in this film. I like what we got from him, even though at times he was
a little over the top, a little over,
far-fetched. Like he was the kind of guy where like he didn't respect you enough to stop eating his food when he wants to yell at you and he's spitting his food out and stuff. Just real extra with it. Yeah. But
I feel like he did that, and because sometimes you let the actors go off the hinge and then you trim it down, keep the parts. I feel like they might have kept a little bit too much, but you could tell he was leaning in and trying things and having fun with the role. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and this is also one of those situations where like someone in that position might actually have that lack of respect for whomever they're talking to or conducting their conversations with. Like, he did a really good job at just giving us the image that he felt like he was better than or above a lot of the situations that were transpiring. And man, he like, not for nothing, I mean, and it's a far comparison, but there were times throughout this film where he kind of gave me the feeling of like when Vinny D was giving us Lex Luthor.
Well,
in the Daredevil series.
Well, not Lex Luthor. You're talking about Carlton Fisk on Daredevil. That's who you said, Lex Luthor or Lex Luthor.
I thought when he was Kingpin. Kingpin, that's who it is.
But that's who I thought of too, except the fact that Vinny D's a better actor. So it looks like he was channeling him, trying to get to those points, but a little bit lacking the skill to get there. But I appreciate it, man, because like he definitely set the tone, man. You need that bad guy, the antagonist, to set everything in motion, and he did what he had to do, dude. That's all the way to the end, dude. Like,
Lex Luthor is fucking Superman. That's DC. Now I'm talking about wrestling.
Yeah, but it's a solid film. I would definitely tell you to check it out if you can't get to the theater near you, because it's playing in select theaters, but it is on digital rental. That's how I got it. I bought it on Vudu, so you can rent it or you can watch it there.
But yeah, man, I definitely enjoyed it too. And like I said, I'm gonna search for physical media of it. I would definitely watch it again.